Listen closely. Do you hear it? That faint ticking, just beneath your heartbeat. I am Skullman, the one who lingers where seconds slip away, the echo in the stopped hand of every broken clock, the shadow that watches when the hour refuses to move forward. Tonight, I invite you to wind the mechanism and see what time has hidden from you. This is Fractured Reflections of Time. Dr. Victor Hale was a man built on certainty. A psychiatrist in the rain-drenched city of Ashford, he spent his days calmly dismantling the delusions of others. Nightmares were chemical glitches. Hallucinations were misfiring neurons. He had no patience for the supernatural. And yet, for months, the same dream had stalked him. An endless corridor lined with mirrors, each one showing a version of himself that moved a heartbeat out of sync. He blamed it on exhaustion, long hours, too much coffee, nothing more. Then came the night that refused to let him hide. It was 3:17 a.m. when Victor woke, gasping in his high-rise apartment. The clock's red digits burned into the darkness like embers. He rose, throat dry, and shuffled to the bathroom. Cold water on his face, eyes closed. When he opened them, his reflection stared back. But it didn't blink when he did. It simply smiled. A slow, knowing curl of the lips that Victor had never worn. He jerked back, laughed once, short, brittle. Fatigue, he muttered. Just fatigue. But the reflection kept smiling even after he turned away. The next day at the clinic, things began to slip. A patient described seeing her husband replaced by an imposter. Victor nodded professionally, scribbling notes. Then he glanced at the window beside him and saw his own face in the glass, twisted into silent laughter while his real mouth stayed neutral. He blinked hard. The image snapped back to normal. The patient frowned. "Doctor, are you sure you're okay? For a second you looked wrong." He forced a smile. "I'm fine. Continue." But inside, something cold uncoiled. That evening, he avoided every reflective surface in his apartment, covered mirrors with towels, draped a blanket over the TV screen, turned off his phone so he wouldn't catch his face in the black glass. Sleep came late and shallow. The dream corridor returned, longer this time, the reflections closer, whispering fragments of his own thoughts back at him in voices just slightly off-key. At 3:17 a.m. he woke again. This time there was a faint ticking from the nightstand drawer. Victor opened it and pulled out the antique pocket watch. Gold, tarnished, inherited from his great-grandfather years ago, but never worn. He hadn't looked at it in ages. The hands had stopped dead at 3:17. As he stared, the ticking resumed, slow, deliberate, out of rhythm with his pulse. The second hand jerked forward once, twice, then froze again. Days blurred. He called in, sick, stayed inside, researched, obsessively. Dissociative disorders, prosopagnosia, Cotard's delusion. Nothing fit. Then came the antique shop on the edge of the city, an impulse he couldn't explain. He had this urge to go and check it out, and as he was window shopping among the dust and forgotten things there, he found a leather-bound journal from 1892. The pages described a family curse, a pocket watch that did not merely mark time, but warped it. At 3:17 a.m. each night, the boundary thinned, doubt fed it. The more you questioned what was real, the more it replayed distorted memories, alternate paths, unlived lives, until the real self was supplanted. The last entry read, "My reflection no longer matches the man I see. The watch has chosen a better version. Soon, I will be the echo." Victor's hands shook as he read. His great-grandfather had owned such a watch, the one he has recently discovered, and remembered his father saying that it was supposedly destroyed in a fire. But the journal ended with a single line, It is not destroyed. It waits. That night, Victor barricaded himself in the living room. Alarm set for 3:17. Every mirror uncovered now, testing himself. The pocket watch lay on the table, ticking erratically. As the hour struck, the air thickened. A low hum rose from every reflective surface. Windows, chrome appliances, even the polished edge of a spoon on the table. The watch's hands spun wildly, then locked at 3:17. Then the reflections moved, not in sync. One by one they stepped forward, first as flickers, then as solid silhouettes wearing his face, his clothes, his voice. They spoke in unison. You failed your patients. You abandoned your sister when she needed you. You are the delusion here. Victor swung a lamp at the nearest one. Glass exploded. Shards reformed instantly, slicing his palms with cold fire. The figures advanced. One leaned close and breathed. We are what you could have been. We are what you should have been. Another added, you are the copy now. He ran to the balcony. Below, the city lights warped, buildings bending like reflections in disturbed water. He screamed into the night. No one looked up. When morning came, the apartment was silent. Shattered glass everywhere, blood on the floor. The pocket watch lay open, hands still frozen at 3:17. But Victor was gone. In his place, a man who looked exactly like him returned to the clinic the next week. Calm, competent, flawless. Patients remarked how much better he seemed, how much clearer his eyes were. Only one nurse noticed something off. When he passed a window, his reflection walked a step behind, then caught up and smiled first. Weeks later, rumors spread through Ashford of a disheveled man wandering the streets at night, muttering about pocket watches and 3:17 a.m. He looked like Dr. Hale, but no one could be sure, because the man in the white coat, the one still seeing patients, was also Dr. Hale, and he never looked tired anymore. So tell me, listener, when you glance at your watch tonight at 3:17 a.m., will the hands move for you, or will they stop and let something else keep ticking in your place? And so ends our descent into darkness. Reality is only as strong as your faith in it. Doubt it, and the fracture begins. Skullman out. If the second hand still feels stuck, if you catch your reflection moving just a fraction too late, then you know the fracture has already begun. If this tale left your own watch ticking wrong tonight, smash that like button to keep the mechanism turning, subscribe and ring the bell so the next glitch finds you at exactly 3:17 a.m. and drop a comment below. Have you ever noticed your reflection hesitate, or your clock stop for no reason? More fractures are waiting in the shadows of time. More questions without answers. Don't look away. The next one might already be watching you. Until the hour strikes again, stay fractured.